How do you deal with being a single dad? This is the Raising Carter podcast. I am your host, Ramon Weatherall Sr., and I'm talking about how do you deal with, for all the fathers out there, and I guess some mothers too, if they're watching, and sons or guys who, you know, want are embarking on being a single dad. You had a child with somebody, you guys aren't together, and you are going to be a single dad. Here are like 9 things. I don't got 10. I only can come up with 9. Here are 9 things that you need to know. I wish somebody would have did this for me. I wish somebody would have had a video. Dude I could relate to would have made a video about being a single dad, because I was a single dad. At one point, I was a single dad. My oldest son, I was a single dad. I wish somebody would have done this for me. Number 9, I guess. Dealing with social stigma. How people are going to look at you being a single dad. Who cares what other people, who cares what other people think? You know, who cares what other people think about you being a single dad, or people saying you don't know what you're doing? Hey, do it. No one knew what they were doing when their first child, or first being a first time parent. And especially for us men or young men or whatever, you don't know what you're doing, but do it. Learn, do it. Want to be a good father. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to give up a lot of stuff. So if you're not willing to do that, to give up things that you love, you're going to have to give up things. You're going to have to put this little person in front of this. A lot of your needs, they come first. But caring about what other people think, forget them. The next one, involvement in your kids' education. You have to be involved in their education. You have to be. It has to be important to you. It has to be. It has to be important to you. You have to be their biggest advocate. You have to believe in them. You have to make sure school is important to them and getting them into the right situations. It's not but you got to think about them. It's not what you want. You never went to college, so you forcing them to go to, you making them do this. No, if that's what you want for them, then you have to be involved in their education and making sure they're prepared to go that far with their education. The next one, financial management. You don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck. Even though I did it. I didn't know, there was no video out like this. There was no dude that I could relate to and see. You want to get your financial shit. You want to get your shit right. You want to get your stuff together. You got somebody else depending on you to eat, to live. You want to start saving money. You want to start building your credit. You want to not be living paycheck to paycheck if you can. It's a process. It's a process. And I might not be the one to talk about this, but it's important. I didn't do it. Maybe somebody watching this video, you'll do it. You'll get it together before you're older. But as long, man, just get it together. No matter when you start, get it together. Co-parenting. You didn't have a kid by yourself, even though you're not with the mother. The fighting, the arguing, just go. It don't do no good. It don't do anybody any good. She might have moved on, you might have moved on, or you didn't move. It's not about you two no more. Y'all didn't work. Y'all don't want to work. Still be an adult. Still do your best to be to co-parent with this person. It's easier said than done. I know it's easier said than done. It really is. It's easy for me to sit up here and tell you to co-parent with a person that might be toxic or that just wants to see you fail or hurt. But you gotta try. Self-care. You can't do anything for anybody if you're not right. You got to take some time for yourself. You got to do some of the things you want. People kill me when I ask them, well, man, what's your purpose? Oh, my family's my purpose. I'm like, no, they're not. They're your responsibility. They're not your purpose. You have to have something for yourself. And the job of a father is helping his son and daughter find their purpose. Well, you can't help them find theirs if you don't know where yours is. It's like looking for something in the dark. How you gonna help somebody find something in the dark? You don't know what your purpose is, but you're supposed to help somebody else find it? No. You got to take care of yourself. Creating a stable home environment. That's why you see like all the craziness and all the foolishness in schools with these children and other environments that these kids go in, because they don't got a stable home environment. That's on you. If you're the single father, mother, you got to do your best to try to have a stable home environment. Create one. Have a good place for your kids to come home to, so they won't be going everywhere else acting a fool at. They know how to act at home. They probably gonna know how to act when they go somewhere else. Working and parenting. You got to try to find some type of balance. That's hard. That's hard nowadays because a lot of times you got to work 40, 50, 60 hours just to make it. But that means you got to give up some stuff. Some people don't want to give up nothing. Some people don't even want their kids. They give up their own kids. So if you a single father, or a single mother, you got to give up some stuff. You got to give up a lot of stuff. You just do. So a lot of fun that you want to do, you're gonna have to give it up. That's just the way it is. I get tired of people, when you grown person crying about you not having no fun, man. That you're not being realistic. You're gonna have to give up some things when it comes to balance. You gotta work, you got children you gotta take care of. Not, you'll go crazy. You'll really stress yourself out if you never have any fun, but you gotta know you gotta pick and choose your spots, because you're not gonna just be able to do everything like somebody who don't got no kids, and it just ain't happening. That's what a young father, that's what you're gonna have to understand. You're not gonna be able to kick it like the rest of your boys that might got kids and don't take care of them, or got, at least they got a type of better relationship, or they got people that'll take care of their children. You ain't gonna be able to do that. Like people used to say that to me, like, "Oh man, you don't want to kick it." No, I got a son at home I gotta take care of. You don't know nothing about that, man. Time management. Your time is important. The time you spend with your son or your daughter is important. That's the most important thing. If you're not working or you're not trying to pursue, something better for you, you gotta you have the time you spend with them is important. Building a support network and having a support network. I wouldn't have been able to raise my oldest son, Ramon, without the support of my family, his mother's family. If I set up and said I did it all myself, I'd be a lie. My father, my mother, my sisters, um, my niece, his grandmother, his aunts, his older sister. You gotta have. It takes a village. You gotta have people that's gonna help you, but you gotta be a decent person so people want to help you. People want to help you. You gotta be the type of person that people want to help. They don't want to see you. People got their own lives. They can't do everything for you, but you want to be the type of person that people want to help. Like, oh man, I can't, you know, hell, I got some of my best friends, if I needed them to help me with my son, they would. You got to be that type of person. You got to be that type of person that people want to help because they know you would do the same for them. So those are 9 things that any single father should want. You got to have those 9 things. You got to have those 9 things. Don't be worried about social or what other people say. Get your money right. Try to get your money right. It ain't just having money just so you can go spend and buy stupid stuff. I'm reading the book right now, and it said most Americans do not have $400 to $500 in savings if something happens. 70%, I believe, it was between 50 and 70% of Americans don't got $400. If something serious happens, they don't have $400 or $500 in their savings to cover. I wish somebody would have told me this when these are stuff that you need to know, especially as a single parent. You don't even got nobody to help you with nothing. So you gotta try to get your money right. Co-parenting, whether you fighting with their mama ain't gonna get you nowhere, man. Ain't gonna she was good enough for you to have a kid with her. So what? Stop, she want to be with somebody else, let her. You don't need to be fighting with her. You can't win fighting with no woman anyway. Arguing, physical fight, none of that. Just let it go. Self-care. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. You cannot help your children find their purpose if you don't know what yours is, or if your mental health isn't together. Number 5, creating a stable environment to raise your children in. That's common sense, but a lot of times we don't do that. We don't do that. Our houses are off the chain. It's some children will rather be at school or somewhere else than home. Balancing work and parenting, that's easier said than done, but you wanna have time for your children. Your excuse shouldn't be I work. That's the reason why I can't spend no time with you. I work all the time. No, that's not an excuse. Time management and organization, man. You gotta be organized. You need to know what things are, important things are. Uh, you know, the prescription, cards for, insurance cards and things like that. You gotta have you gotta. There's no one else to help you, so you have to organize, get your stuff organized and things stable and under control. You gotta think about all this stuff. I wish somebody would have this video or something like this would have been available when I was 21. Building a support network. Like I said, you got to be the type of person people want to help. You just can't, so many people cry about having, oh, nobody wants to help me. I don't got no help. It might be because you janky and don't nobody want to help you. It ain't just the fact that don't nobody want to help you. You not the kind of person people want to help. If people do stuff for you and you don't reciprocate. You don't appreciate, you don't reciprocate. That might be a lot of the reason why you don't get no help. So those are the things that any single father needs to know. My name is Ramon Weatherall, the host of the Raise the Carter podcast. If any of this brought you any value, check out the rest of our playlist of other videos. And I'm out of here. Peace.